Microwave Usability Testing by Kathy Bowie, Laura Meng, and Brandon Hong. Make and model Holiday 125996.
Our tasks that we planned for our participants to complete were setting the cooking timer to 1 minute and 45 seconds, removing and replacing the turntable tray, and defrosting an item that is 3.5 pounds. We decided to test setting the cooking time because that is the function that received the most use from a microwave. We tested the removal and replacement of the turntable because users will have to take out the table in order to clean it. We tested the defrost by weight option because most people will use that option to defrost their frozen fruits. The data that we collected for each of the tasks was the time on task, the difficulty on a scale of 1 to 5 and why, and any improvements that the user would add to the design. We collected time on task as a quantifiable way to compare how long it took for users to complete the tasks. We collected the difficulty using a numeric scale to make it easier for users to rate how easy or difficult the task was. We chose to collect data on how the user would improve the design because gaining qualitative feedback on how to make the task easier for users is important to incorporate when improving the product. The users that participated in the study were college students around the ages of 18 and 19. We chose these users because they often have to use a microwave in a dorm to cook their food.
For participant 1, tasks 1 and 2 were done with little to no difficulty. She rated task 1 a 2 because of its initial difficulty, and rated task 2 a 1 because it was straightforward in procedure. She suggested that the microwave could have been improved if there was an easier way to remove the turntable and if you didn't have to press the time button before entering the numbers. Task 3 proved more difficult as it took her the most amount of time to complete and rated it a 4. Her suggestion was to be able to press the auto defrost button once and enter the weight of the item with the numbers.
Participant 2 was able to complete all 3 tasks relatively quickly. For the first task, he rated the difficulty a 2 because it was not as simple as it could be. To improve the design, he suggested that you do not need to press the time button before entering the numbers. For task 2, he rated the difficulty a 1 because the turntable was able to lift easily. For task 3, he rated the difficulty a 2 because having to press the auto defrost button multiple times made the process harder. He suggested that entering the weight of the item manually would improve the design.
Participant 3 rated the difficulty level for task 1 a 2 because he was unsure if he should enter the numbers or press the time button first. For task 2, he rated the difficulty a 1 because all he needed to do was take the turntable out and put it back in. For task 3, he rated the difficulty a 3 because although there was a button labeled auto defrost, it was difficult knowing how to adjust the number. He suggested changing it so all he had to do was punch in the numbers for the weight.
For all 3 participants, removing and replacing the turntable was the easiest, and the auto defrost task was the most difficult. The improvements that were suggested for time to cook and the auto defrost was similar for all 3 participants. Each of the users took around the same amounts of time to accomplish tasks 1 and 2. If we were to do the test again in the future, we would change the turntable task to a more difficult one because it was considered too easy for all 3 users to complete. We would also test users of a different age group and choose different tasks that utilizes other features of the microwave. We would also record the pathways that the participant takes to complete each task.